Friends? Welcome back to the NJCAA Quarterfinals Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. It is Rod and it is the legendary Censored, and we are about to jump back into some matches. So if you are just tuning in, we had a we had a bit of a funny first game. Of course, we had some dittos. Of course, college pride, two people from the same area just looking to have some fun on screen.
Oh, yes.
Why not? But that second game though, Fruit Smasher versus Derek, that was what we were looking for. Great business.
Yeah. Those guys were coming out for blood. Derek actually lost to Fruit Smasher last year in the semifinals, so definitely had some fire under him for that last set. Came away victorious, moving on in bracket. So now we're gonna move along. We got a Pokemon battle going on, man.
Yeah, we most certainly do. And I know how much you love Pokemon, so this is right up your alley. I'm sorry, I couldn't even finish that sentence. But but anyway, though, yes, we do got ourselves a Pokemon battle. And yeah, these are, it's Pikachu. Well, I guess it was Pikachu and Squirtle here. So obviously, two of the more nimble characters in the game of the Pokemon lineup. But Ivysaur here, more of the closer. I do have some quicker options. Nair out of shield pretty quick, of course. Backer and forwarder, not the fastest moves in the world, but sometimes a little bit of reach goes a long way versus Pikachu. But none of that needed here at all. As you can see right now, just the threat of up air and down air is enough to keep most characters at bay, especially Pikachu in that light frame.
Gosh, that up special is gonna take out Pikachu, and that's really I feel a luxury that you're gonna have as Pokemon trainer when you're going against Pikachu. Is just being able to switch characters. Well, when we watched the match in the beginning, we saw Squirtle, Pikachu going at it. Two guys are gonna go pretty even, both small, agile. But then you're like, you know what? Sometimes I need a little bit more power. And I need a little more weight. Let me bring out the Ivysaur. Let me bring out the Charizard. It's going to be very hard for Miracle to deal with these Pokemon switches.
Yeah, no doubt about that, man. I was going to say, man, like when I think of dealing like Pikachu versus Pokemon Trainer, there's no matchup that comes to mind more than Pandarian versus Esam in Battle of BC3. Two talented players with these two respective characters, but there was one thing that Esam was doing that I really liked, and that was punishing the Pokemon switch right there. Now, as you can see, Miracle kind of had that in his had that idea in his head there, like looking to throw out down special, one of the more longer lasting hitboxes to punish the switch, but a little early on the draw here. No. But I tell you who ain't early on the draw, and that's Charizard. That forwarder closing it down.
Charizard, knowing that hitbox was going to stop right there in front of the ledge, went out, hit with the fair. That's the end of the stock. Sitting at 113 damage, a nice bit of rage. Charizard is not going to be dying anytime soon here.
No, absolutely not. If anything, it's going to be the complete opposite. Putting on great percent. Very smart. There probably was thinking he's probably going to come out for dash attack after that throw. Or oh my goodness, Lord Jesus.
Flare blitz. Knew that Thunder would take a second, so he had time to throw out a slow move himself.
Oh,
he brought Squirtle
punished. Oh, just when you thought you were the quicker of the two characters, I like that. He knew I can throw a forward there respectfully without it being punished because you won't have a grab quick enough to get me. That was a great spot dodge. Again, another sentence I don't typically say, but an even more unfamiliar sentence is great dash attack. But I guess when it's Pikachu, it's whatever,
And on that previous stock, we did see him switch to Squirtle at a higher percent. I kind of questioned it at first, but I was like, you know what? Squirtle actually does have a kill throw. And with that amount of rage, we could have.
Not good. We should. Okay, actually, is going for the grab release there that time. Now, backer has Pikachu off stage. Is actually an okay spot to be in because Pikachu, yes, can do stuff like this. But I was also wondering, too, if there's going to be the opportunity to get Ivysaur off stage. Ivysaur, of course, can recover some long distances, but, it's still a tether recovery. Pikachu, historically known for blowing up characters of all sizes off stage, so.
And especially with Ivysaur having poor air mobility, definitely could have been a possibility. But Miracle not able to take that first game. Milcery and the Pokemon trainer is going to take the first game.
That's right. Let's take a gander at these replays really quick here, friends. Again, anytime you see a character that has the ability to go from one side of the stage to another, not like trying to be flashy, but just like, I actually have to do this. Like, you just can't do anything besides tip your hat to that. But yeah, got caught pressing just one too many buttons. Got to remember, Ivysaur has a pretty large grab range. So at some of these later percents, Ivysaur becomes very dangerous at the ledge of the stage, in addition to also being dangerous above and up underneath and in every other direction around Ivysaur if you aren't aware. Oh
gosh,
God, that was so
up
crazy.
smash. So much damage there.
He probably thought he was off the hook after throw too, because it's like, what are you gonna do? Dash attack me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm actually gonna up smash and I'm gonna charge it too. Wow.
That was a great punish there with that flare blitz too. Knew he was throwing out a slow move. It was like, hey man, I got you. All right, moving into game number 2. Looks like we're gonna run it back to Smashville. Stay in the same characters. I feel like most people that play Pokemon Trainer, you know, they play Pokemon Trainer. They don't have a secondary. They already got 3 characters to play. Now they'll go through the character crisis, of course, you know, where they just, oh, my character's not good, but you know, when they're feeling their character, they're gonna play this character.
For sure. And this is a character where if everything's going your way, you'll be able to close out a match. But even if it's not going your way with one character, there's always going to be one of the 3 in the trio that are going to be able to try to bring you closer to victory here. But in this case here, this Pokemon trainer seems to be very well versed in all 3 of the lineup, which could serve something very dangerous for the opposing side. But as I say that, though, this match staying up much closer than what we've seen in that game number 1, man. Miracle just kind of got a little overwhelmed here, but this time doing a much better job, and of course, covering himself as they get back to the stage with Thunder Jolt. You know, you got to get Ivysaur away from that ledge, and then, of course, capitalizing better on these conversions.
Okay, the up special to the stage. Gonna give him the space needed. Oh, gosh. Miracle just barely made it to the stage, but that back throw not gonna kill. Are we gonna have a down air here?
Oh, that was supposed to be down there, but ended up grabbing the ledge there by mistake. But I gotta say, Miracle using down air on shield versus Ivysaur, you were asking for trouble, man. That was just a little too aggressive there.
A little dangerous. I don't know if I can hang out with him.
Yeah, man. He's that guy your parents warned you about.
Man, the guy that won't be quiet when the cop is talking to you.
Yes. All right, buddy. You got it. You got it, buddy. But dash attack once more. Now, Pikachu, of course, this light frame's not going to be able to handle too much more of this, so you really have to tap into that finesse mode that, you know, Pikachu has been so gracefully blessed with, especially versus somebody like Charizard, man. Oh, well, that stock, yeah, should be gone. Pikachu can't handle that. But versus somebody like Charizard, you definitely have the ability to overwhelm him. What I mean by that, of course, backer on shield, if it crosses up, very tough to work with. Charizard not with the best out of shield options in general. I know up smash out of shield is a pretty decently quick move, but it ain't enough to deal with somebody like Pikachu. So you can certainly kind of overwhelm Charizard, but not for too long.
Squirrel's up special. Getting Pikachu off. Ooh, and the Thunderdill's going to turn him around there.
Okay, coming down there with down air. Just looking to get those feet back onto stage. And this is actually a much better of a matchup than I initially anticipated. You know, just a character that can kind of go tit for tat with Pikachu, because Pikachu, again, doesn't really rely on some of those more explosive options to a later percent. So it's really just a tit for tat option. But once you get Pikachu to a seemingly like mid to like high range percent, that's when Ivysaur can really come in and clean up these stocks. Of course, Razor Leaf can keep Pikachu from approaching from the air, as you see there. Kind of taking that Mario approach.
There we go. Good stuff. Throwing out those Thunder Jolts when Ivysaur's in the air. You know, and Ivysaur's going to have a pretty hard time dealing with those. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Back to the stage. Dash attack. Not going to kill Charizard, though. Maybe Ivysaur.
Oh! Maybe it does actually KO Charizard. That was a really great option there. I mean, he didn't really have very many options from where he was located to find a punish. So, you know, you see a high recovery, just toss out the fastest and largest move you can sometimes and get there. So, of course, dash attack was that. And, of course, you know, Pikachu's dash attack no slouch either. So, to send Charizard that far is very telling of how strong it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
All right, to end it there. All right, he's going to make it back to the stage. It was kind of scary when you see the connection with the up special.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Get off of me. Get off of me.
None of that. Yeah, Squirtle's been out way too long, sitting at 101 damage.
Yeah, it definitely overstayed his welcome. Ivysaur, of course, here just showing up to the party. Better late than never. There's the down there, and that's actually a really smart option. You know, go for down there and just try to read which way your opponent's going to go. Obviously, early ultimate meta, you know, you bet your bottom dollar you're probably going to see an air dodge or a spot dodge of some sort. But in this case here, just kind of drifting back to the ledge of the stage, trying to reset neutral at 111% and climbing. My goodness, if there's ever a time to utilize how long you are, it's definitely now here with Ivysaur.
Oh, most definitely. Gotta keep Pikachu out. You're sitting at 114 damage. Oof. Alright, forward air gets Pikachu off the stage. Up special air.
What are we gonna learn about?
Oh,
no! No. Okay.
Oh, wow. Makes it back to the stage? What is Pikachu?
Oh, Pikachu is dead. That's
dead.
what Pikachu is. Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, gosh.
Miracle. Definitely needed a miracle and then some to come back from that deficit there. Goodness. We got to look at the highlights, man. Big shout out to Deathless Coffee, of course, for getting these on lock for us. That was just the definition of, I got a plan and I'm sticking to it. Playing the long game again, which is something that Ivysaur is so good at.
And Miracle had such a big lead, but Milcery was able to get Pikachu off stage and harass Pikachu off stage. I just said that. Pikachu got harassed off stage. Believe it or not, it happened.
That is a sentence that we typically don't say here, but when the gameplay is this good, anything can certainly happen. And that throw, of course, was solidifying that second stock, and then the way that one ended, again, you have to be able to adjust your approach options to all three. Now, of course, in that case right there, Pikachu in the advantage, Charizard with the high recovery, you better dash attack. Are you crazy? But again, how you approach Squirtle, especially in these later percents, is not the same way that you approach Ivysaur. Now, Ivysaur not with as quick of buttons, but certainly packs much more of a wallop. You know what I'm saying? So no short of options on putting on percents, and certainly no short of options on taking percents. The only thing you have over Ivysaur is, of course, the speed advantage. So let's move into the next game here. Again, we're on Kalos, a lot of space to work with. This could bid some opponents some trouble here.
All right, so we have Miracle down 2-0 right now. Needing to grab this game. Like you don't want to go down 3-0, even though it's a best of 7. You just don't want to put that much pressure onto yourself. I felt like that game was played properly, but it was just one of those where, as you said before, Smash isn't really a game of percentage; it's a game of stocks, and you was able to take that stock pretty early.
Oh, no doubt about that, man. And we're starting to see shades of the first two games here kind of play out here, and there's no surprise that Miracle, of course, is doing very well here in this game. Of course, Miracle, phenomenal player, but Pikachu with a lot of room to work with is actually pretty good here versus Pokemon Trainer, particularly Ivysaur. Oh my God, that got caught mashing, but yeah, don't have to worry about Razor Leaf, and of course, you don't have to worry about 3 stocks anymore here for Pokemon Trainer. This is looking really good.
Oh, yes. This is the game that Miracle needed. So what Miracle needs, you need to get Squirtle out of there. You got to tackle on enough damage to where it's not safe for the damage racking up quick Pokemon. You don't want them there. Get Ivysaur out, because Ivysaur is probably going to be the most comfortable matchup for Pikachu. And then when you got Charizard, that's just combo food. As we saw at the beginning of that, we got the up tilt, we got some aerials, and then you're like, let's just get Charizard out of there.
Which is actually kind of wild, because Charizard should actually be the scariest of the 3 when it comes to those later percents. But we just quite haven't seen Charizard utilized to, his fullest extent. Charizard, of course, not needing much of a conversion at all. All he really needs is like forward tilt, a smash attack with some sort of back air can certainly get it done if Pikachu gets to aerial Thunder Jolt happy. Back air, of course, will extend off of the Thunder Jolt, but not seeing that at all here.
Ooh, it's just a testament of how amazing he played on the first stock. Only taking 27 damage in. So, you only got 27 damage and Charizard's there. It's like, what are you doing here so early? Or you don't start till 10:30.
That's right. Oof. Say, ain't no party like a Charizard party, I'll tell you what. And right here, this party of 3 here, piloted by Pokemon Trainer, kind of in the hot seat right now. 121%. Not the best approach options in the world. We got a lot of room to work with. Pikachu, of course, having a lot of fun here. And then, of course, these platforms on the left and right sides kind of giving off this false sense to carry that you can land. Pikachu, of course, certainly looking for that. Yeah, as you can see, looking for it. The pressure is always going to be there. Don't land on that platform for free, but don't be above Ivysaur either.
Yeah, great job just getting away from that situation there. Just poking with the Thunder Jolts. Now, you don't want to put yourself in that position where you just keep giving, little minuscule damage that really isn't going to help you get that KO. You don't want to give Ivysaur full rage as Pikachu to deal with. Sitting at 69%. Things could get scary here.
Very scary. And again,
oh gosh.
Day
Oh
one
no.
ultimate combos. I'm telling you, man,
I'm a storyteller.
We are going to learn one day about Ivysaur F smash at the ledge. I don't know when, but we're gonna. We're also going to learn about that wonderful up smash right there, aka Iron Tail, come out there from Pikachu. That was a great option. Of course, Charizard can't get as handsy as he probably wants to with Pikachu spot dodge, actually serving you some justice. But yeah, I gotta say, I like the fact that Miracle, again, when you get the opponent on these platforms, he's putting on safe pressure. We're seeing like cross up back here, we're seeing fall away forward there, just making it very hard for me to dictate, do I want to stay on this platform? Do I want to get back on solid ground? Like, what the hell am I going to do?
Oh, I very much agree. I noticed myself, one of those fall away fairs. I was like, oh man, he got away. Like, I'd be very frustrated now if I was Pokemon trainer. Good stuff, Miracle.
Yeah, most definitely. Because you've seen that grab come out. And I'm like, if you get grabbed at that range, you're dead. But of course, Miracle's staying one step ahead of the competition, but not too many steps ahead right here. Because again, Ivysaur doing great work. Not respecting Razor Leaf, of course. That is going to bid you some problems. And then, of course, Nair out of shield from Ivysaur. Yeah, we should see. Oh, actually, forward tilt there that time. Uh-oh.
Pikachu in the air. Up special. I don't think that was the sweet spot, though.
Oh, wait. Tech?
Oh, yeah, no tech there.
Wow. Again, Miracle. I mean, that was certainly your stage to close out. I don't know. You had so much. I mean, that was pretty much your jungle gym, but I guess,
had too much Death Wish coffee, man.
Man, maybe not wanting to be the very best, like no one ever was right there. That was unfortunate for Pikachu. Poor guy. Yeah, let's take a look at the replays really quick here. I think this is the final moments. Now, I think he does up special. Yeah, the Vine Whip, of course, getting Pikachu off stage. And then, ever so precise with the Razor Leaf, I don't even think the down smash was meant to connect.
Like when we saw that Razor Leaf, like that's when you knew it was over. Like when he got hit by the Razor Leaf, it's just like, GG.
Yeah. Because there's no way he's going to be able to come to the ledge before down air comes out, and there's no way he's going to be able to go high because Pikachu's up special when he's going high is too telegraphed because of the first part of it. So up air will definitely be able to catch you up underneath. Final game here, potential final game here for Miracle. I don't want to call it too soon. We have definitely seen bigger comebacks in the past, but with just how this match is playing out, it just feels like, again, the trio that is Pokemon trainers is having too much fun right now.
All right, so this is the complete opposite of what we saw that the previous game. It looks like Milkrise is here to take control of this first stock, man. What we saw in that last one, we saw Miracle put up a lot of damage, only taking 27. Didn't have to worry about Ivysaur. Didn't have to worry about Charizard. Squirtle took a blunt of all the damage. Oof.
Yeah, the fact that this job is getting done with predominantly Squirtle and, historically Ivysaur is, I think, really saying a lot right now. The fact that you're only doing it with really 2 of the 3. Charizard not really getting much chance to shine, good Lord. And it's so hard to shine. Oh, my goodness. Well, wait a minute.
Not worth it.
I don't know. Yeah, that very questionable there. Because now we got a reset of stocks here.
Because Ivysaur does not have a wall jump. Charizard does not. Squirtle has one though, right? Or like a wall cling?
Yeah, Squirtle definitely has a wall cling for sure. And, Charizard, I mean, I kind of expected him from that range to be able to make that back. You got multiple jumps. You got the upbeat, goes a pretty okay distance. If this was Brawl, Charizard would never be able to be KO'd. I mean, he would just glide back every time.
Man. Oof. All right, forward smash. And that SD there after getting the stock, and now look at where we are. Given Miracle, the Miracle needed to put this game in his control.
Yeah, definitely a task easier said than done, especially when Dash Attack comes out here for Pikachu, man. It becomes very telling of how this might end now, but we have seen this situation play out in the first couple games, man. Miracle, of course, goes up a couple, then Ivysaur at the legend stage again starts doing stuff like this.
Miracle
and I'm just like,
learned about forward smash yet.
They're gonna learn one day.
Man.
Oh, okay, very smart. Toss out the multi-hitbox just in case he tries to spot dodge and grab you.
We gotta enroll the School of Rod. Teach us about the forward smashes.
Classes in session, my students. I used to be a teacher once upon a time. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Ooh, the Pika loops.
Pika combos.
Should be a grab here.
Down smash. Met with down smash of his own.
Okay, showing Ivysaur a lot of respect there at the ledge, not wanting to get spiked again. That'd be his third or fourth time in dealing with that.
I like the wall jump there as well, which would have thrown off the timing if the down air would have came out. Some Thunder Jolts coming out.
Okay. Those safe forwarders that you brought up from before certainly coming back out to show themselves. You know, this might actually look like a big lead for somebody like Miracle, but as talented as Miracle has been, you know, if you lose this stock right here versus how great Ivysaur has been utilized, you're oh my Lord Jesus. Oh my God, try to take a page out of his book. He said, let me try to F smash.
All right, sitting at 91%. I mean, we've definitely seen Milcry bring this back before.
Okay. Quick nair, and yeah, this is what this Ivysaur particularly is really good at. And I don't know if Ivysaur in general is really good at, you know, going, you know, tit for tat with somebody like Pikachu, but this one is definitely being utilized correctly. You know, we're going to see a lot of nairs, a lot of back air space properly. Just again, a little bit of raise to toss around goes a long way versus Pikachu.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
See, my Lord Jesus, cutting the lead in half.
Oh gosh, try to teach him about the forward smash again.
Okay, what's it gonna be, friends? No F smash there that time, and dash attack is gonna come out, but great DI. Charizard here.
Charizard coming out. Seeing 148 damage.
Okay. Oh,
like
little afraid to get back on.
Like, you know, ooh. All right, we got Miracle taking a game. After that first thought, you know, was kind of getting the pause. And then we had Milcery jumped off the stage, hit the down air, but was not able to recover, which reset the game there and gave Miracle the opportunity to take this game.
Yeah, that was just a, again, you know, Pikachu up underneath you, you're stuck on that platform. If you aren't comfortable playing big characters, and that's kind of the tricky part of the three, because Ivysaur, if you play a big character or if you play faster characters, Ivysaur is kind of a healthy medium in the middle. But if you are more Squirtle, Ivysaur orientated, you know what I'm saying, Charizard is just going to be a rough time for you, especially with somebody like Pikachu who just doesn't really serve him any justice in the matchup. Again, I'm just a firm believer that Charizard should be a little bit more of a threat the way how he's been utilized here, especially in those last hit moments. Yes, Pikachu can overwhelm Charizard, but Charizard also has the luxury of like up being out of shield, which is something Pikachu cannot deal with at later percent. Of course, some of the stray hits of like back air, down tilt, forward air, so on and so forth, but it is certainly a matter of finesse, and nobody does it quite as well as Miracle and this Pikachu here. So next game here, Miracle, of course, putting a point on the board for himself, but is it too little too late?
We need to see, here in this game, we need to see a nice dominant start from Miracle. Got to see you get enough damage on Squirtle to where Squirtle needs to be swapped out. You don't want to see Squirtle. Ooh, because Squirtle is the character versus Pikachu. When you look at it on paper, okay, like this character might go even with Pikachu. You know, you look at you know, Ivysaur. All right, you're supposed to lose. Charizard, you're supposed to lose. So you want those characters to be forced to be put out. That's one of the biggest things about like when you're fighting against Pokemon Trainer. Of course, you know, there are guys like Milcery here who has shown that they can play with all three of these characters, but there's a difference of wanting to play the character and then being forced to play the character. Like, all right, I don't want to be Ivysaur right now, but because of the way things are going, I have to use Ivysaur.
Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. And what's funny about that is, you know, we talked about punishing the Pokemon switch, but before you even get to punishing the Pokemon switch, a lot of players might find it difficult to do that because they're just not in charge of when, you know what I'm saying, a Pokemon trainer is switching. Now, of course, like you said before, like these, you know, he's going to have to switch sooner or later, whether he does on his own or the game forces him to do it for him because he, of course, lost the stock. But if you can kind of dictate, like, okay, I'm making this very uncomfortable for Squirtle. I know Ivysaur is coming, and I know that if I toss out a long enough hitbox while you're switching, it will catch Ivysaur. You know, you'll be doing a lot better in the matchup, but we're just not quite seeing that here. Of course, Miracle kind of going down a similar lane to what we've seen in game 1 and 2. Ivysaur, of course, has shown to be the biggest threat here of this set. Again, just being able to find one hit and turning it into many hits, and then finding the final hits for stocks to be taken. Oh, what's Charizard doing here?
This could finally back air to the stage.
Back throw. No back air there that time.
You're just waiting. So menacing. Charizard did absolutely nothing right there, but it was the scariest thing ever.
Okay.
Trying to jump over the jolt.
Working for a lot here. Oh, there's that up special I was talking about, but a little off the mark with the punish, so it does get up smash, but doesn't get the correct hitbox. So we're going to use Thunder Jolt, of course, on a character as big as Charizard to try to find that grab, try to find that opening, but no Thunder Jolt needed. It is dash attack. Pikachu tossing out that cranium. Apparently it's a little bit too heavy for somebody like Charizard to do it. Now Squirtle's back online. The percents are just high enough for Squirtle to get the job done on his own. No jab lock.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see a jab lock.
Alrighty.
Ooh, Miracle missing a grab there. And Ivysaur is back out. Not the character that you want. Oh, gosh!
Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Yes. Man. And this is what I'm talking about here. Turning a horrible situation into a good one. You have got to make sure that off-stage pressure versus somebody as big and as long as Charizard is on the money, because if you miss, you know he's going to either back air or he's going to try to up B you.
And that's what we saw there. We saw the back air after the little scramble there, after the down air, you sit there, but then you realize, ooh, Squirtle's out here edge guard, man.
Oh, punishing the switch. That's what I'm talking about there. Miracle becoming a little bit more hip. There's another one. But this time, obviously, we're not going to switch here. We want to stay on Ivysaur to try to close this match out. No F smash, but Lord Jesus, almost close.
Yeah, we saw it coming out. And that dash attack, oh gosh.
Uh-oh. Charizard's here. Now, you got some invincibility frames to switch if you don't want to be on Charizard, but it does not seem to matter because... Oh, we're just going to keep it going.
He said, forget the Pokemon switch. We'll beat them up, too.
That's right. When you thought you were getting jumped and you just beat them all up. Okay, no dash attack for him either here this time. And grabbing him right out of back air. Miracle getting a little bit more handsy with the competition here, respectfully. Ooh. Now, if Miracle can bring this one back from the depths of defeat, we might actually have ourselves a set here. He's playing very well right now. Bro.
Gotta be wary of an up special or an up air. Great air dodge.
It has to air dodge there. Can't rely on the switch because Charizard has not done very well here. Okay, a lot of roll. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I don't know if that was probably sweet spotted.
Yeah, probably better. Oh!
Damn,
wait
Charizard.
A minute. With the reach.
Oh, the fair. Yep. We saw that in the first game. I believe that's how the second stock may have been lost. Using the side special towards the stage. Hitbox stops right before the stage. Charizard goes off in fairs.
Now, as important as F Smash is to Pikachu, it does still need to be spaced correctly. Because, like, if you don't space it right and you're too close on the opponent, they can grab you. But I even think in that case there, Charizard was just long enough to be able to grab Pikachu after that, which is something that, like, had it been on maybe, I guess, really just Squirtle. Had it been an F Smash on Squirtle, he would have probably been okay. But he got the jab lock and then went for F Smash right before that. And I was like, I know up smash would have been enough to do it, but up smash, of course, you need a roll read for that to make sure you get the right hitbox. And he just wanted to go for the true damage as opposed to anything fancy. Yeah, see, there was one and then boom. He was able to actually get in there quick enough and grab him. Yeah, poor Pikachu.
If he would have done that, he would have had to done that like super low.
Well, phenomenal stuff here to both of these two players. I got to say, Miracle, again, played completely out of their mind. You know, none of the matches were one-sided or really lopsided at all. It was just like, again, those options at the end are... It's what kind of separates, top tier from like high tier players. And as great as Miracle was, there was just a couple conversions at the end where you just can't afford to drop as Pikachu. You can't do it.
We just had some clutch factor there coming out from that Charizard back air that we saw. That whole Ivysaur stock in one of the games that we had saw there, Ivysaur was sitting in the red over 100 and brought it all the way back to new stock Pikachu, and I'm just like, man, like he's feeling himself today. Sometimes you just can't do anything. Sometimes you can stick perfect defense on somebody in basketball, and they're still just gonna make you look silly.
That's right. Sometimes good defense is just met by better offense, and at that point, there's nothing to do but to hit the gym. As always,